Hello, how are you doing today? My name is Carol Itoje. I'm a real estate consultant in Lagos, Nigeria, and welcome to Real Estate Talk with Carol, episode 20. So today I'm just going to dive into what I have to say, and it's about the last video that I did, episode 19 of Real Estate Talk with Carol. And right now the video has been taken down. So taking the video down, I feel like I owe you people an explanation for it, because some of you have probably shared the video with people, and it might get to a point they are trying to access the video, they're no longer able to access it, or you may have noticed that the video is no longer available. I wonder why. So I'm just going to quickly explain. If this is the first time you're watching my video, however, and you've never seen my video, you're probably clueless about what I'm talking about. And if that's the case, I'm sorry, I can't call any names, but I'm sure that if you hang around, you still benefit from this video. And if you've not subscribed, take advantage to subscribe. Click the subscribe button below, click the bell beside it, and every time I do a video, you'll be one of those who get notified immediately, so that you never miss a thing. Now what this video is going to be about is me explaining. The last time I did a video, I compared two estates, and almost immediately, within a few hours of it being up, I started getting a lot of backlash. And the backlash was mostly coming from my colleagues. You know, I think they were more upset than any other person, involved. They were more upset. Some called it negative form of marketing, that it is not accepted. I felt like, I thought I was just reviewing two products, and it wasn't a way of bashing any of the products or any of the companies at all. That was far from it. But I do understand, even though I don't think it was wrong, because this thing happened in other niches, other industry, where products are put, similar products, even from different companies, are put together and then compared. But obviously in real estate, that's a taboo. My yesterday has to go down in the books as one of the worst days of my life. I almost actually had a panic attack, and it was so bad. It was so bad. I was getting calls from everywhere, and everybody was angry. Everybody affected was angry, and definitely you will know that the persons that were upset the most was, of course, the estates that didn't come out shining in the review. And I think I understand why. I mean, because I think that video kind of created some kind of panic, which I didn't mean. And some of you that have invested, I hear that are going back to collect your money. That was far from what I intended. And I'll talk more on that later, but really that was far from what I intended. I was just trying to, those who have not invested yet, I was just trying to, because some of these topics that I talk about because a lot of you come to ask me about them. So after getting a few inquiries about the same topic, it's normal that I would want to pick it for as a topic to discuss in one of my videos. So that was basically what happened, and I was actually mostly addressing those who've not invested, not those who have invested trying to get their money back. And it doesn't even work for you. It's not in your favor. Once you've paid for a land that has a decisioning process, just count it, hope for the best, because you're going back to collect your money, they will remove administrative fees from it, so you really not gain anything except lost some money. And if you hold on, it's also possible that things will turn out right. It will only be a lot of weight. We've talked about titles, we've talked about a decisioning process a number of times now, and in great detail. So I'm sure that a lot of you know what that is about. But if you don't know, go see my video on the truths about sheep lands in Ibejuleki. If you already invested in a land that has a decisioning process, just count it as a learning. I've said this several times, that I have 3 plots that are lands with a decisioning process, and that was before I knew better. And if you don't know better, you made a wrong move. an uninformed decision, it's fine. You don't have to start retracing, focus on retracing your step and then creating some losses for yourself. Like I said, if you bought a land that has a decision in process, if it's a land that is under government acquisition, there's hope. It's not like all hope is lost or something. It just will take a lot of time, but they could still figure it out and it could still come out right. What I was simply suggesting was that you do a search and make sure that the land is actually a decision in process and not committed. That was all I was recommending. And if it is, and you say you want to get your refund, that's understandable, but just rushing blindly to get a refund, it's not. And I think that was what created a panic among my colleagues, and I went down in the books as someone who was bad, who was this, who wanted the downfall of companies, who this, who that. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how far that thing went and the repercussion that came as a result to me. Like I said, I almost had a panic attack, and that's not even kidding. I had to call someone to come stay with me. That was how bad it is. And having said all that, I want to just use this opportunity to thank some of you that called me, investors that called me to stand by me and all that. Like, it means a whole lot to me. It means a whole lot to me. And you asked me to keep doing what I'm doing. I will keep doing what I'm doing, but at the same time, I will also try to protect myself, in the sense that be sensitive about the topics I talk about, not involving companies' name in anything that will be seen as negative. You all know how this land business is. You've watched Nigerian movies and a whole lot of them, how people kill for a piece of land and all that. So real estate is no joke, and having all the eggs of the industry angry with you is not really what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to lose my life anytime soon over things like this. When I came into the business, really, immediately I came into the business, that was, I think, last quarter of 2016. My goal has always been, when I came in, I was determined to create a change. That was why I created landforsaleinlagos.com, and immediately I started writing and writing. The more I learned in the industry, the more I wrote, the more I learned, the more I wrote. And the longer I stayed in the industry, the more things became clearer. And the more things became clearer, the more determined I am to help people not to make the wrong decision. I've always believed in selling by offering value. You get. That is why I sleep so well at night. And a lot of my investors are my friends. We talk, we gist, and when we're talking about business, we're able to talk about, oh, how's the family, how's this, and even when they come into the country, a lot of them want to see me, meet with me. That's the kind of life is about, creating relationships. Life is about, I feel like I'm not really big of a person in terms of NGO or trying to do this or do that for the girl child, but what I am big on is whatever industry that I find myself, I will make sure that I leave a legacy. I will make sure that I do things right. I'm in the business trying to make money, but at the same time, I will not make it at the detriment of another person. No matter what anybody will say about that, I will not make it at the detriment of another person. I will not be able to, live with myself. So that is why I do these things that I do. I've always believed in, when it comes to marketing, sell by, offering value. Tell people the truth. And that's what that last video was all about. It was just all about selling, trying to sell by offering value. And people think that, you are trying to badge this because you want to sell this. That's not true. That's not true. I feel like there was really, for a lot of you that have been subscribed to my channel for a while, I feel like there's really nothing new that I said in that video, because I so far have two very, very detailed videos that talks on title. So I don't think coming to say, oh, this land has a decision in process is news. Do you get? I don't feel like it's news, and I don't feel like I did anything wrong, but I just have to be more careful in the future while I try to still stay the person I am and help you guys. I have something that I'm planning, that I'm cooking up to help you guys find lands that are safe to buy. And when I say safe to buy, I mean lands that have title. We could still do these things, we'll just do it privately, you get, without trying to create any bad blood. Right now, a lot of people are not happy with me, and I've send apologies here and there where necessary, and try to apologize to the parties involved, and explain myself. I hope they accept, because I'm just really this very bubbly, quiet, playful person that I'm not intending to step on any toes. I'm not intending to disrespect anybody. I'm not intending to bring down anyone's business. I'm just trying to help a whole lot of you out there that are trying to invest, because we're planning for the future, and we say we're in business trying to help you to create a better future for yourself. It would be like a disservice to myself, to everything I stand for, to not do that to the fullest. But like I said, I'll just be more careful. We'll do things privately. If you need to talk to me, you want to compare two estates, come talk to me privately, and we'll do that. No need to start creating this drama and start creating problems for myself. So like I said, I'm planning something that I'm going to create soon. I'm going to try and put in some time to work on that soon, and once I have it, I'll announce it to you people. A place where you can go and you are sure that all the lands you find will be lands that have title. I'm going to try and work that out for you people, because I feel like regardless of how many times that I talk about don't invest in this type of properties, invest in this type of properties, I feel like a lot of you still don't do a search. And it's not like I blame you people. I've also invested properties without doing a search, believe it or not. Whether it is laziness, whether it is you just don't want to bother yourself, or any of that. And then there are still those that have come to me to ask, oh, I want to buy this land, is it safe, do you know what it has, this and that, can you help me find out? So I'm just going to try and provide a service that helps you guys with that. Or everyone that is lazy to do a search by themselves, that will sort it out. So I think that I'm just going to keep forging ahead in my desire to try to help those of you out there, especially those of you living in the diaspora. You do a lot, like I always say, you do a lot to earn your money, and some of you go through some humiliation, some of you do some jobs that are so embarrassing to talk about, but still you're trying to invest those little money that you get in properties here, and I don't want you to get burnt. So I'll continue, trust me that I'll continue to work on that. I'm just going to be smart about it and not try to step on any toes. Until that video, I had not stepped on any toes before, but that video got me into trouble, and it got a whole lot of backlash, and I was stubborn to bring it down because I felt like I didn't do anything. But it got to a point it was just not worth it at all to get that so much attention and threats to my life, to my business, to everything that I stand for. No, it was just, so that's why I took that video down. And finally, what I want to address, this is important. You need to understand that because a company has one of its products as a decisioning process, doesn't mean that company is bad. Let me tell you, there is a product, is a type of product, and there's a market for it. Because regardless of what you tell people and say, okay, invest in properties that have title, there are just some people that can't afford it. And if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. You can't kill yourself, so you make do with what you have. And there are some people that it doesn't make business sense for them to put 5 million on a plot of land, when that 5 million to them can get them like 10 plots somewhere else. It's just how people, so there's a market for it, and if a company chooses to serve that market that exists for it, it doesn't mean that they are bad. And of course, any solid company will want to do good by the investors by trying to follow that process to the end, to make sure that that land is released, and it becomes free. So it wasn't at all my intention for you guys to start, some of you to start running to collect your money. If you've done the investment, you've done it, just let it be. And whether it is the particular property I talked about or not, if you've invested in a decisioning process, it doesn't make sense to go and ask for your money back. It really doesn't, because you lose some money, and then what will you do? It's like when you pay an amount of money, whatever deposit you've paid, 30%, it might vary just slightly from company to company, but most companies that I know charges 30% administrative fee if you are the one asking for a refund, if it is not any fault of theirs and you're just asking for a refund. So you pay a deposit and immediately you lose 30%. just leave it, let things play out. It's the same thing I'm doing with mine, and mine has been there. I've known better for a long time. I didn't go and start saying, okay, come and give me a refund, because now I don't want to invest in, properties with decisioning process anymore. I didn't do that. I left it, let things play out. You've already done that, you've already done that. And that's why at the beginning of every video I always say that I create these videos to inform you, so that you can make better decisions next time. Not that you can try to go back and try to correct what, because there's no way. That's past, and that's past. So that's everything that I wanted to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your time. I'm going to you're going to see my email on the screen now. I want those of you that you feel like you're impressed with my work and I've helped you. I want you to pen down your thoughts and share. Basically, I want you to send me a review. If you feel like I've helped you in any way, how I've helped you, send me a review. I'd like to share that on my website, and so that others could read and others could know, trust that I can help them with it. Because you all know friends, you all have relatives who have been burnt in the past, and you know friends and you have relatives who are trying to invest as well. A referral would be good, and testimonials help with that. So it will be my pleasure to post your reviews on my website. I would like to know how I'm doing. A lot of you call me to tell me, but when it's written down, you can always reread it, and you can share it with other people as well, so they know that, okay, yeah. It's just like when you go to a good restaurant to eat, and then you refer another person there. You see a friend and you say, oh, that restaurant is good, and the friend knows that, oh, let me go eat there, it's good, even though they've not been there before, it's their first time, so they are not doubting, because there's so much trust is not easy to come by. So, and people always believe in it's for the same reason Amazon, the review on Amazon was great for people. People believe in listening to people who have worked with a particular person before and knows the person well and can speak to their service, their quality of service. So I'll be expecting your testimonial. Thank you so much for watching. Until I come your way again, my name is Carol Itoje, your trusted rector in Lagos, Nigeria. I'll be expecting to talk to you and help you, find that genuine property and safe one that meets with your real estate investment needs. Bye for now.